did you offer to President Trump your Nobel Peace Prize?
I presented the President of the United States the medal of the Nobel Peace Prize, and I told him this, listen to this. 200 years ago, General Lafayette gave Simón Bolívar a medal with George Washington's face on it. Bolívar since then kept that medal for the rest of his life. Actually, when you see his portraits, you can see the medal there. And it was given by General Lafayette as a sign of the brotherhood between the United States, people of the United States and the people of Venezuela in their fight for freedom against tyranny. And 200 years in history, the people of Bolívar are giving back to the heir of Washington a medal, in this case a medal of the Nobel Peace Prize, as a recognition for his unique commitment with our freedom.
This is my video update on this Friday afternoon, January the 16th, coming to you from Limassol, Cyprus. Let's talk about some news. And let's start things off with Europe in turmoil. Europe is in big trouble. They are very conflicted, at least conflicted when it comes to foreign policy, because there are parts of Europe, the EU and the UK, let's say all of Europe, not just the European Union, but there are parts that want to speak with Russia and with Putin. And there are also parts of Europe which are now discussing not speaking to Trump. Yeah, upside down world. Upside down world in Europe. So I've talked about how Meloni, Macron, and now even MERZ, they are saying that it is time to start talking to Russia. MERZ didn't quite go as far as saying it's time to talk to Russia, but he did, in a speech that he gave the other day, hint at engaging with Russia. It is time to start engaging with Russia. MERZ said Russia is a European country. I'm not saying this because I'm in the East. I'm saying this anywhere in Germany. Russia is a European country. That's as close as MERZ has gotten to just coming out and saying, as Meloni and Macron have said, it is time to speak with Russia. That is coming from BlackRock MERZ. Of course, we have Orban, Fico, Babic, Hungary, Slovakia, Czech Republic. They are aligned in their message, which is that negotiations need to start with Russia. We have to engage with Putin and with Moscow. But BlackRock MERZ saying that Russia is a European country. Quite a statement from MERZ, huh? Quite a statement from BlackRock MERZ. So the UK, sensing that Europe is starting to come around and starting to realize that the war is lost, they're not at the table when it comes to negotiations taking place between the United States and Russia, if what you call is negotiations, the United States being the neutral mediator and Witkoff and Kushner heading back to Moscow so they can continue to talk about the the 215-point peace plan, peace plan, the 20-point Zelensky peace plan, whatever you want to call what's going on between the United States and Russia as drones fly into Novgorod. But the European Union, at least well, it's not the big three, is it? It's the big two with Italy. They are starting to signal at opening up dialogue with Russia and with Putin, and the UK, which is a member of the big three of the E3, the UK is getting very nervous. And so you had the UK Foreign Minister, Yvette Cooper, the Foreign Secretary of the UK. It's no longer Lammy. He left a while ago, a few months ago, and now it's Yvette Cooper, the new Foreign Secretary. She is concerned about Europe opening up dialogue with Russia. UK splits with France and Italy over Putin talks. Foreign Minister Yvette Cooper says she wants to see signs that Moscow seeks peace before she'll engage in diplomacy. So at the same time as you have the EU leaders in Italy and France and Germany signaling at some sort of dialogue with Moscow, you have reports surfacing which claim that Europe is now looking to dump Trump. That's right, they're looking to ditch Trump. Let's start talking with Putin and let's ditch Trump. It's a crazy, mixed up Europe. So Politico has an article with the title, "Time to Dump Trump. Europeans whisper last resort options to save Greenland. The alliance is already broken," officials say. So why not threaten to cut ties with America on military collaboration? So according to Politico and the five or six sources familiar with the matter that they are citing in this article, European diplomats that they are speaking to are saying that European leaders and European officials are now starting to talk about ditching Trump over Greenland. It's time to cut off our partnership with the Trump administration all over Greenland, and they're trying to think up ways. They're starting to think up ways that they can gain leverage over the United States and Trump, just in case he does decide to actually pull the trigger on Greenland and to take Greenland from Denmark. They're trying to figure out ways to confront the United States and the Trump administration. And one of the ways that they have thought up is by telling the United States to leave Europe, the military bases, to leave Europe. No more military bases, no more sharing of intelligence. This is what some EU diplomats and EU officials believe will give them leverage over Trump if he does press forward with his claim on Greenland. That is not going to work. That is not going to work at all. Who are these diplomats and these EU officials actually believing that they will be able to tell the US military to leave from say Germany? You think that you're going to be able to tell the Trump administration and the United States that if they take Greenland, we're going to kick you out of Germany? Never going to happen. It's never going to happen. What would it look like to fight back? Politico says, while a military confrontation between the US and any European force would likely result in one of the shortest wars in history, there are other ways that Greenland's allies can resist this American president if he refuses to compromise. Chief among the potential pressure points is the extensive network of military assets in the region, which the U.S. uses in the jargon of geopolitics to project American power far from home in Africa and especially the Middle East. Yeah, that's going to make matters a whole lot worse if you go down that route to Europe. If Europe was to tell the United States that we're shutting down your base in Germany, if MERZ actually went down that road, which he's not, but let's just say he did, and he told the United States, oh, you're going to take Greenland, Greenland's allies, by the way, that's how Politico worded it, Greenland's allies, okay, so you're going to take Greenland? Well, United States, Mr. President Trump, we're telling you to leave Germany. Your military must leave Germany. MERZ would be gone in about an hour. MERZ would be gone. That would be it for MERZ. Next government, that's what would happen if they went down that route. It seems to me that no one has told the leaders of Europe and of the UK that they're not on equal footing with the United States. This isn't really a partnership. Capiche? Capiche? So interesting times that we live in. I posted on X. Europe is a foreign policy show. Europe is debating, talking with Putin, while at the same time not talking with Trump. So one of the members of the Five Eyes, one of the members of the collective West, the collective West. We are united. We are the collective West. We are the transatlantic partnership. Nothing can tear us apart. Nothing can break us up. Except Greenland. Except Greenland. I like it. I like that Greenland. I want that Greenland. If you like this video, hit that like button. Also, subscribe to this channel and share this video as well. Also, go to the Duran shop. Check out our latest coupon, 26% off, 26 for 2026% off all merch. So I like Greenland. I like Duran merch. But one of the members of the United Coalition of the Willing, a neighbor of the United States, Canada, which is going to be surrounded very soon, if and when Trump does take Greenland, and Trump has also referred to Canada as the 51st state. Some people believe he is joking. Other people believe he is not joking. But Canada is making moves. Canada is making moves. And Carney, he flew to Beijing and he met with Xi Jinping. He talked up the New World Order, I believe is what Carney described it as. It's the multipolar world, Prime Minister Carney, the multipolar world. Anyway, slip of the tongue from Carney, right? Right, the former banker. It's the multipolar world. But he did sign a whole bunch of agreements with China. I believe eight in total, or maybe more. And these are oil and energy agreements with China. Here is what Carney posted on X. A pleasure to meet with President Xi in Beijing. Canada and China are forging a new strategic partnership. We're leveraging our strengths, focusing on trade, energy, agriculture, seafood, and other areas where we can make massive gains for both our people. Trump is not going to be happy about that. I don't like it. I don't like that, Carney. I don't like it. So, good on Canada. We've said this for a while now on the Duran, for many, many years, going all the way back to Justin Trudeau. We've been saying, Canada needs to open up to the world. That is the right move for Canada to make. Absolutely, the United States is your neighbor and your number one partner and your number one ally. But why not also open up to the rest of the world? You can do both, Europe. You can do both. You don't have to be 100% with the United States. Look at Hungary. Hungary is very good friends, Orban, very good friends with Trump. Hungary is very good friends with the United States. Their number one ally, Hungary's number one ally, is the United States. Orbán doesn't hide that fact. He is MAGA, a MAGA supporter, Orbán, and he supported Trump, perhaps the only European Union leader that supported Trump during his election campaign. But Hungary also understands that you shouldn't put all of your geopolitical eggs in one basket, just in case something happens or some election outcome in the United States does not go your way. You need to keep the door open to other countries and other powers. And that is why Hungary does engage with Russia and does have energy cooperation with Russia, while maintaining a very good and very, very strong friendship with the United States and with the Trump administration. It has its bumps. It does have its bumps, Orbán and Trump, especially with the oil and energy stuff. But they figured it out. They figured out how to work together. So you have Macron. Let's talk about Macron. He was giving a speech yesterday to I believe a military facility, and this was dark Macron. We talk about dark Brandon. This was dark Macron. Dark little Napoleon. He had a vein bust in his eye or something, some sort of vein burst in his eye, and his eye was all blood red as he was delivering this very, very bellicose speech about the French military. And he talked about how France needs an Orezhnik. They need an Orezhnik because France is within range of the Russian Orezhnik. He got freaked out with the Orezhnik into Lviv. And so his message was that France needs to build up its military. It needs some Orezhniks. And he also said that France is providing 2/3 of the military support now to Project Ukraine, which I believe is not true. I don't think that France is providing 2/3 of the intel and the military support to Ukraine. He made it out as if the United States has ditched Ukraine, which is not true. But he said the United States has pretty much left Ukraine, and we've picked up the slack as France. So you see, we are a military power, because we're providing all of the defense and the satellite information and everything for Ukraine as they fight Russia. So that means that we are a power and we can go toe to toe with Russia. That was Macron's point in that statement. But he's very nervous with the Orezhnik, and man, his eye. He actually made fun of his eye. I'll give him props for that. I will give him props for that. He understood that his eye was a mess. It happens to everybody, actually. And he poked some fun at his appearance by saying it's the eye of the tiger. It's the eye of the tiger. Like Rocky Balboa, Clubber Lang, the eye of the tiger. Yeah, he said it's the eye of the tiger. This shows my determination, he told those in attendance. What did Macron say? What did he say? He said that France is within range of Russia's hypersonic ballistic missile. He warned, and he also said we Europeans must acquire these new weapons capable of changing the balance of power if we want to remain credible. You don't even have hypersonic missiles. You're not even close to hypersonic missiles, are you? Is France close to hypersonic missiles? I don't think so. Maybe I'm wrong about that. The last I checked, France is far away from hypersonic missiles, and he's already talking about Orezhniks. I think they first have to get to hypersonics before they can even begin to remotely discuss Orezhniks. What does Macron care? He can talk all this nonsense. He's leaving in a year anyway. In a year's time, he'll be appointed president of the IMF or the Olympic Committee or whatever of the European Union. Who knows? Who knows where they will place Macron for being very loyal to the globalist cause. So let's go back to Greenland, which is causing all kinds of turmoil and panic and stress in Europe, troops are building up in Greenland. Europe is amassing a big force ready to take on the United States. The numbers as of recording this video are France, 15 personnel, Germany, 13, Norway, 2, Sweden, 2, United Kingdom, 1, Finland, 2, and the Netherlands, 1. And I read a report that Estonia is preparing to send 1 soldier to Greenland. And that's going to make all the difference. Once the Estonian military lands in Greenland, then you have successfully deterred the United States and the Trump administration. So that's the situation on the ground in Greenland. I don't think these military deployments are actually helping. I think these military deployments send the wrong signal to Trump. They send the wrong signal to the United States. While not really deterring anybody, sending 20 or 25 soldiers to Greenland is not going to cause the Trump administration to think twice or to negotiate on Greenland. It's actually going to make the Trump administration say, okay, so these Europeans are messing around with us, right? They're messing around. They don't want to negotiate on Greenland, and on top of that, they're sending soldiers to Greenland in order to troll us, right? I mean, that's what Trump is going to say. That is how Trump is going to look at this. And Caroline Leavitt actually said pretty much that. She was asked by a reporter about Europe and the deployments into Greenland, and her reply was, this is not going to affect Trump whatsoever. 25 soldiers is not going to persuade Trump to give up on Greenland. That is what Caroline Leavitt pretty much said. I don't think troops in Europe impacts the president's decision-making process or impact his goal of the acquisition of Greenland at all. White House spokesperson Caroline Leavitt told reporters on Thursday when asked whether recent announcements of European boots on the ground would affect Trump's calculus. Yeah, it was a bad idea, the boots on the ground thing. If you're going to put boots on the ground, then put boots on the ground. 15,000, 20,000, 30,000, of which Europe does not have. You have 6,000 that are waiting to go to Ukraine if there's a ceasefire from France, and you have 7,500 from the UK to go to Ukraine if there's a ceasefire. So there are no troops to go to Greenland, unless you take the troops that are meant to go to Ukraine and you move them to Greenland. But the UK and France are not going to do that. Are they? No, they're not going to do that. So you send 10 troops from this country and 5 from that country, and you send the wrong message to the Trump administration when it comes to Greenland. And the foreign minister of Greenland, she gave an interview yesterday, and she's in tears. She is in tears because she doesn't know what more to do, because there's really not much that she can do or the people of Greenland can do. No one talks about the people of Greenland. They're being used as pawns. No one talks about them. No one seems to care about them. But she broke down in tears, frustrated and angry at the situation. Because the Trump administration woke up one day, President Trump woke up one day, he just woke up one morning and he said, I'm going to take Greenland unprovoked, and I'm going to take it in 4 days. In 4 days, I'm going to take Greenland unprovoked. So yeah, I felt bad for her. I felt bad for her because there's really not much that she can do. There's not much that Denmark can do. And there really isn't much that Europe can do. I have a feeling that everything we're seeing from Europe, whether it's 20 troops in Greenland or threats and warnings from Macron, it's just all theater. Their number one concern, the globalists in Europe, the globalist class in Europe and the leadership of Europe, their number one concern is NATO and keeping the United States on side. And Trump knows this. Trump fully understands this. So in Ukraine, we have fighting. We have the the political elite in Ukraine. They are fighting in one corner, weighing in at 50 pounds in the green shorts, the Green Goblin, the master of disaster, the Green Goblin. Volodymyr Zelensky, yeah, Podolyak, I'm ready, Podolyak, I'm ready. And in the other corner, weighing in at 250 pounds, none other than Klitschko, the former heavyweight champion of the world. Klitschko. Who is going to win? The Green Goblin or Klitschko? They are fighting. Zelensky is blaming Klitschko for the power cuts in Kiev. Why is it Klitschko's fault? It's not. But Zelensky is blaming Klitschko. And so I talked about how Zelensky has now called a state of emergency, an energy emergency in Ukraine and specifically in Kiev, as Russia continues to dismantle Ukraine's energy infrastructure. Now that it's winter and it's very cold, and it must be very, very difficult for the people of Ukraine, very difficult for them. But there is no air defense left, and Zelensky, in true Zelensky fashion, he refuses to accept responsibility and is now trying to throw it onto the mayor of Kiev. And he's very unhappy with Klitschko's statements that he made the other day, telling people to, if they have the opportunity, telling them to leave Kiev, if they can go elsewhere, to leave Kiev. And Zelensky did not like that. Because what Zelensky absolutely despises is bad media optics. He did not like Klitschko telling the public that if you can, leave Kiev, because we don't have any heat, we don't have any electricity. And Zelensky does not like these realities and these truths. And so he is trying to blame Klitschko, and Klitschko is having none of it. Klitschko responded to Zelensky by saying, "At least I am honest and warn the people the situation is super difficult," the mayor wrote on Telegram. "I don't care about approval ratings and phantom elections," Klitschko noted. He has not met with Zelensky in person for 4 years and was forced to defend him publicly. So the situation with Tymoshenko and Nabu going after the other opposition to Zelensky, the gas princess, Tymoshenko, now under investigation by Nabu for paying bribes for votes. That's what Nabu is alleging. She is now hitting back at the Green Goblin, and she is saying that Ukraine has been transformed into a corruption hub at every level, from the head of state to the lowest official. Things are unraveling in Ukraine, in the power structure of Ukraine and in Kiev. You have the faction of Klitschko, and I believe with Klitschko you also have Zelensky, and you can also lump in Poroshenko into that group. You have Tymoshenko and her group, and then you have Zelensky, and they're all going at it. They're all going at it, and they're all trying to position themselves to be on the receiving end of the 90 billion loan from the European Union, which Ursula is trying to get to Ukraine, but she's going to have to get investors, people to buy the bonds, isn't she? Who is going to buy that bond? Who is going to invest in that thing, the 90 billion loan to Ukraine, which Ukraine does not need to pay back? The only way for Ukraine to pay it back is if Russia loses, and everyone knows that's not going to happen. So why would anyone invest in that bond? They are going to ask for a very, very, very high interest rate on that thing. So an unraveling taking place in Kiev. Let's talk about Iran. a quick update on Iran. The Wall Street Journal put out an article with the title, "Trump was told attack on Iran wouldn't guarantee the collapse of the regime," which is what I reported on yesterday. Trump told his military and his White House advisors that he wants an attack on Iran, but only if it can quickly knock out the regime and he can get a quick regime change. Trump goes for the knockout. He doesn't go 10 rounds. He goes for the knockout. He wants a win in the first or second round. And if he can't get it, he doesn't enter the ring. And so he didn't get the answer from his team that he was looking for. They couldn't figure out a way at the moment for delivering that knockout to Iran. And so everything has been put on hold. But the Abraham Lincoln, that carrier group, is still on its way to the Middle East from the South China Sea. It is still on its way, so we are not done with the fight with Iran. Not done just yet. And Trump is actually taking a victory lap. He has taken a victory lap by claiming that it was his rhetoric, his escalation, his words that saved many, many lives, because the executions were called off. 800 executions were scheduled and supposed to take place yesterday, and they were halted. And Trump is claiming credit for this. He said, "We saved a lot of lives yesterday." This is according to NBC News. Meanwhile, Lindsey Graham, he continues to push for a war with Iran, of course. Of course, Lindsey Graham continues to push for war with Iran. What else would Lindsey Graham be doing? And he met with the exiled. He's the exiled crown prince of Iran. I got it right this time. He's not the fake prince of Iran. That was my mistake. He is the exiled prince of Iran. And all the mainstream media channels in the United States that interview Mr. what's his name? Pahlavi? Reza Pahlavi. They interview him and they even say, "Your Highness." Your Highness, they say. "Your Highness, Your Highness. What are you going to do if, what's the first thing that you're going to do if you come into power in Iran, Your Highness, who has not been to Iran since 1978. Anyway, Lindsey Graham met with this guy and he posted a video complete with MAGA hats. Make Iran great again. Both of them had their Make Iran Great Again hats. Lindsey Graham posted, meeting with at Pahlavi Reza, the exiled crown prince of Iran. We stand with the people of Iran and against the brutal regime. Make Iran great again. So that's Lindsey Graham doing what Lindsey Graham does, calling for more war and more regime change. So down that way is the Limassol Marina, the Marina, all the way down there. And yesterday at the Limassol Marina, the Marina, we had Ursula von der Leyen and all of the EU Commission, or a lot of the EU Commission, because Cyprus is now the EU president. They have taken over the rotating presidency of the European Council. And so Ursula, along with her European Commission officials, they are in Cyprus, or they were in Cyprus, and they had a meeting at the marina down that way. And I missed it. I missed Vandermath, or Vanderpirate. I missed it. I was recording a video at the time that she was at the marina. What a missed opportunity. She said that Cyprus, a comprehensive solution to the Cyprus problem, remains an EU priority. No, it doesn't. It's all Ukraine. It is all Ukraine. But she had to say that, right? She had to say that to the people of Cyprus, that resolving the Cyprus problem is a priority. when everyone knows that it's not. The only priority in the European Union is Project Ukraine. And maybe Greenland now, maybe Greenland. Greenland has become a priority for the European Union. If Cyprus was a priority, if it was even in the top 10, then you would have seen sanctions on Erdogan, right? But you're not seeing that. Instead, Ursula visits Erdogan and she hands him all kinds of EU funds. And Erdogan, remember the time when she met with Erdogan and Erdogan made her sit on the sofa, right? Michelle sat next to Erdogan and Erdogan told Ursula, you can sit over there. Anyway, I just thought I would mention that. So before we go to Nord Stream, I have an update on Nord Stream. We got the news yesterday that Scott Ritter was debanked in the United States. His banking services were cut off. That is what he posted the other day, which is awful and wrong. It's awful and wrong, and all of us should be very upset with what has happened to Scott. Absolutely freaking wrong. So that happened yesterday, and he has a good blog post explaining, Substack post explaining what happened and how it went down. I thought Trump was supposed to fix all of these things. I thought his administration was not going to allow these things to happen. Anyway, we also got news yesterday that Eva Vladingerbrook, who is a former politician, I believe, but also a political analyst. She has gone hard after Stammer, which is her right to do. Absolutely her right to do, to criticize the government of 008 Stammer. She was banned entry into the UK. That also happened yesterday, all in one day, yesterday or 2 days ago. Yeah, all of that went down. The ban came 3 days after Eva Vlar, who has over 2 million followers on social media, accused the British PM of neglecting migrant crime. Yeah, so what does Stammer do? What does his government do? They decide to ban her from entering the UK. Okay, you can, as the UK, you can decide who you allow into your country and who you do not. But don't go lecturing people about your administration being an administration of human rights and stuff like that, right? Western rules-based order and human rights and free speech, which Stammer and his administration claim that they are the champions of free speech. He has said something like that in the past many times, that they believe in free speech and they are the champions of free speech. Don't go around making those claims and then banning someone from entering the UK because of what they said or what they posted on social media. So anyway, I thought I would bring both of these news stories to everyone's attention in case you did not know. And I think this is horrible stuff. Absolutely horrible stuff. To debank someone is absolutely horrible. That is an attack on a person. That is an attack on their ability to make a living, to live in today's world. And banning someone from your country because of free speech, when you are going on and on about what a champion of free speech you are, well, you know, that's 008 Stammer for you. Anyway, let's wrap up this video before we get to today's clown world, which is awesome. Probably one of the best clown worlds in all of clown world history. I hope I can do it justice. But before we get there, just a quick update on Nord Stream. A German court, they ruled that one of the saboteurs is not going to be let off. I believe that was their ruling. He wanted to be released from detention or from prison or something like that, and the court said no. And then they released a ruling, which in that ruling, in that decision, they noted that they believe foreign intel was behind the Nord Stream blasts. Investigators believe a state actor ordered Ukrainian saboteurs to destroy the pipelines, according to a court document. No kidding, huh? Quite a revelation from the German court. Who would have ever guessed that perhaps it wasn't Sergei K. and the other guy that the Polish authorities did allow off the hook. The guy that Poland had detained. Germany wanted to extradite him, and the Polish court let him go. But the other guy, I believe it's Sergei K., that Germany has in their custody, who was caught in Italy, and Italy extradited him to Germany. Germany's going to hold on to that guy for now. And the German court is saying that there was foreign intel that actually gave these guys the order, these Ukrainian guys, to blow up Nord Stream. So, foreign intel. Interesting. Who would have guessed? A foreign actor. If only there was a video of a president standing next to a former chancellor, standing next to Olaf Scholz. If only there was a video of a former US president standing next to Olaf Scholz, speaking to the media and telling a reporter that he would bring Nord Stream to an end. A couple of months before Nord Stream was brought to an end. If only we had a video of a former president saying that. If only that video existed. I think that would really help the German investigators a whole lot. Too bad we don't have that video. Too bad. Let's do a clown world and wrap up this video. And so we had the Nobel Prize winner, Peace Prize winner, Maria Machado, meeting with US President Trump yesterday. And what did Machado bring with her? She brought the Nobel Prize with her. Framed, a framed Nobel Peace Prize to President Donald J. Trump. The framed Nobel Peace Prize. In gratitude for your extraordinary leadership in promoting peace through strength, advancing diplomacy, and defending liberty and prosperity. That is Maria Machado's Nobel Peace Prize that she then proceeded to hand over to U.S. President Trump. And the White House said President Donald J. Trump meets with Maria Corina Machado of Venezuela in the Oval Office, during which she presented the president with her Nobel Peace Prize in recognition and honor. So she did it. She presented Trump, she gave Trump her Nobel Peace Prize. She gave Trump her Nobel Peace Prize. She didn't only give it to him, she framed it. she had a nice message for Trump. Yeah, Trump accepted it. He accepted it. There you have it. He got his Nobel Peace Prize. I like it. I like that, Maria Machado. I like it. But you're not going to be president of Venezuela. You're still not going to be president of Venezuela, Maria Machado. So what can you say? What more is there to say? He got his Nobel Peace Prize, even though the Nobel Committee once again issued a statement. They once again issued a statement saying that Trump does not get the Nobel Peace Prize. The Nobel Peace Prize, even if he has the actual physical prize, he is not considered the Nobel Peace Prize winner. The committee said that the Nobel Peace Prize cannot be transferred or given or anything like that. So Maria Machado remains, at least on record, she remains the Nobel Peace Prize winner, even though in real life, Trump actually has the award. He actually has the Nobel Peace Prize award. Oh, wow. Wow. I think Trump, if I was the US president, if I was advising him, I would tell Trump to start collecting Nobel Peace Prizes. That's what I would tell him. No joke. I would tell him, you know what, Mr. President, now that you have the Peace Prize, the Nobel Peace Prize, maybe you should go after the Peace Prize for physics, for chemistry. Is there one for literature? I don't know. I think there is one for physics and for chemistry, and there's all kinds of Nobel Prizes. I would tell Trump, you should start collecting all of the Nobel Peace Prizes. See if you can get the whole set. Like, see if you can collect the whole set of Nobel Peace Prizes. I bet you he can. I bet you if he really focused on it, he can. Anyway, that is the video. Quite an amazing Clown World segment. And I will end today's video there. theduran.locals.com. We are on X and Rumble and Telegram. We are also on Substack. So check us out on Substack. Go to the Duran shop, 26% off all merch. I will see everyone tomorrow. Take care.